So, assuming that I am taking photos with my current favorite, Leica Smicron C 40mm f2, but I want to switch to something that has more reach, so I'm going to switch to Voigtlander 75mm. Both lenses, they have no 6-bit code, but see what happens. Yeah, can you see? The camera tells me the lens has been changed. So the camera tells me unknown lens detected other lenses because it has no 6-bit code. Move it to lens profile, and then other lenses because it's Voigtlander, not Leica. It was set to 40mm, so I just move it to 75 and then press. Now I'm ready to shoot with 75mm. And when I am done and switching back to 40, same thing happens. I just move back to 40. And if I switch to the lens with 6-bit coding, this is like a Smicron 35mm f2. Yeah, of course, 6-bit coding will communicate, so you don't have to do anything. Just half press the shutter button and then you can keep shooting. So for some people, this means really nothing, maybe, but I forget a lot of things, especially when I am focusing on something. So if I am really focusing on shooting, well, this is my excuse, but I forget to change the lens profile after changing the lens. With film camera, it doesn't matter, you don't do anything. You just keep swapping the lens. And I think this is my excuse. I think that's how my brain has been trained. And with digital cameras, I just keep forgetting to change the lens profile. Not just with the Leicas, with Fujifilm and Sony, everything. I do the same thing. I just physically swap the lens and then I forget. I just keep shooting. And later on, when I look at the EXIF data, I just realized I didn't change the profile at all. So to me, that's one of the reasons it's worth paying extra for this one. So the official name for this adapter is Leica M adapter L, part number 18771. It's at $480 brand new. I bought mine from my local camera store, Seawood Photo in San Rafael. I believe I paid something around $350. So if you are going to go this route, I suggest you just keep checking used one. KEH, MPB, or if you are impatient but with enough money, you can buy it brand new from B&H, Adorama, or even from Leica directly. As for why M lenses, partly because of the size and weight. The vintage, especially vintage ones, they are small and lightweight. This is also vintage but SLR lens. That's Minolta MC 50mm f1.4. Yeah, so when I have this thing on my camera, I normally wouldn't carry any extra lens or lenses for that matter. But with this thing on the camera, I can carry 75, and I could also carry something much wider if I had that one, which I don't have. In the end, maybe I would buy something like 21. I'm not a big fan of the wide-angle lenses, but So right now, 75 and 35 or 40 will do it for me. Or I mount 50 and do everything with it. The cool thing about Smicron 35mm is you can crop it. Yes, I can show you, the example. If I don't say anything, a lot of people will never notice. The 40mm is currently my favorite, partly because of the size and weight, and partly because of the rendering, but mostly it's about the focal length. Yes, we have been told that 50mm is the closest thing to our eyes see, but no, that's not true. It's far more complicated. So just, if you believe 50mm is the closest thing to what you see with your own eyes, that's fine, but no, it's not. More important thing is what focal length will look natural, most natural to you. I know it's not 35mm because when I pick up a camera and put the viewfinder onto my eyes, 35mm always feels a little too wide. In other words, the main subject looks smaller, feels smaller than I am seeing with my own eyes. 50 is much closer to that feeling, and 40 is even more close. not based on the scientific test. It's just based on how I feel.